literally just finished this book maybe 2 minutes before turning the camera on, and I'm still not entirely sure what I'm going to say, but let's just jump into it in the wise words of Philly D. Hey, what's up, you guys? It's Steph, and yes, I just finished this absolute almost 700-page monster that is Seven Blades in Black by Sam Sykes. Oh my god, this book. So, I follow Sam Sykes on Twitter. That's how I really learned about his books. I don't remember how I found his Twitter, but I found his Twitter. He's really hilarious. Liked his tweets. Noticed he's talked about this book a lot. This is his most recent release. So I finally picked it up. And I'll be honest with you guys, even though I saw that his other books were really thick, for some reason I didn't think this book would be that thick. I thought like maybe 300-400 pages. It's almost 700 pages. When it arrived, it was a monster. I was like, what have I done? This is the first book in a series as well, mind you. This is just The Grave of Empires, Book 1. This is just the first book in a series, and it's almost 700 pages. Now that I finished it, though, I can't wait for Book 2, and Book 2 doesn't even exist yet. What have I done? This book feels very hard to describe, but it is just really cool, okay? Like, I'm great at this book review thing, just calling it cool. Check it out, my dude bros and gals. Yeah. I don't even know how to pronounce the full name of the main character. It's Sal the Cacophony? I really don't know. We'll just call her Sal. Everyone has blank the blank, or at least most people have blank the blank if they're vagrants, which means they're kind of rebelled from like the Imperial and Revolution and things like that. There is a whole like Imperial and Revolution and things in this book that, oh boy. Maybe before we talk about that, we should talk about all the tabs that I've used up, because I literally used all my purple tabs in this book. So let's just talk about that real quick. So each color is for a different thing, and as you can tell, it's primarily green and purple, because those are the most common things. In fact, there's so many purples that I had to start using my second purple because I ran out of purples. So the purple is just for like different like magic, and the Lady Merchant, who is kind of the goddess of magic, she is the one who, whenever people use their magic, they have to pay a price to her, or it's somehow connected to her, and you hear her song when her magic is being used. And just like the interesting magic things in this book, because there's all different kinds of magic. There's people who can make portals to teleport to different places. There's people who can like get inside your mind and like play tricks. There's people who can like levitate and stuff. There's a lot of different types of magic that the Lady Merchant grants to everyone in this book. Well, not everyone, but those who can wield it. Green is just kind of character stuff for Sal, our main character. So there's not too much in the beginning, but towards the end, like, we really start to get more about Sal, and it was like, whoa, the last 100 pages especially, it got wild, and I was so here for it. I say like the last 200, 150 pages really started getting wild, and it was wow. The whole book was pretty wild, that part especially. Orange tabs just for kind of quotes that I found interesting and that I would like to revisit at some point, because I just thought they were good quotes, and I thought, ooh, that's impactful, or ooh, I like how that sounds. The big thing is like kind of writing style, like parts of the writing style that I admire. So when I go back to my own writing, I would like to look back on that and like, how can I try to do something worded like good like that, and how can I make my own version of kind of what this is, or how can I learn from this version of wording things so nice. I'm good with the words, can you tell? Yellow are for characters known as Freemakers, which that is one of the whole classes of people in this book. I'll leave that for you to find out, because I'm not entirely sure how to sum it up at the moment, because like I said, I literally just stopped reading and turned on my camera, so I wasn't very prepared. Blue is for the Imperial and Revolution stuff that we got going on. We actually get a character, my favorite character, from the Revolution, who ends up joining our little group of vagrants and stabbing people, so, and stabbers. So there's that as well. He's my favorite character. We'll get to him in a moment. Bright pink tabs are for like the creatures, and yeah, just pretty much the creatures in this world, whether they're like magic or whether they're just, this is a cool animal thing that doesn't exist in our world tab. I think that covers everything. So let's get to it. Let's talk about how this book opens. We open getting ready for an execution. Her execution. Very fun. Pretty much this whole book is centered around the fact that Sal is currently a captive. She is being interrogated before her execution, and a big chunk of this book is flashbacks to what led to her being locked in the cell and being interrogated. And we get to the very end where we kind of catch up to the present, and it gets wild. Like, that is the last 50-ish pages. Maybe less than 50-ish pages. And it gets wild. That part is really wild, so yeah. What do I even say about this book? I really enjoyed it. It took me a week and a half to finish it, just because time, so little time, so many pages. But it was a really good book. I had got to sit down today. It was my day off, so I read like 261 pages today, because I got to 400 last night. Today is my day off. I read 261 pages today to finish this book. It's like almost 6 at night. I woke up at 8 in the morning. It's been a day. I probably won't even call this a book review. It's more of a book reaction, just because I didn't plan out anything. Usually I at least plan out something. I take notes. No, I just kind of tabbed and then brought camera and be like, let's talk about this big boy. There's the characters in this book. I love Sal. She wasn't good, but she wasn't bad either. She rocked that neutral line, and I love a good hero who, like, at any moment they could just fall to one side or the other, and that is exactly what Sal was. Sal walked that very thin line, and she had comrades with her who walked more of the good line, but she rode that very fine line of at any moment she could just fall to either side. And I don't read enough, like, actual heroes like that, main character heroes like that. Oh my goodness. The different types of magic in this world too were so cool. We had a mixture of magic, stabbing people, and shooting people with the gun that's very scary. Also magic bullets, so death is inevitable and painful in this world. So I guess it's inevitable and painful in all worlds, but this one has magic bullets. The further you get into this book, the more you learn about Sal, because at first, you don't really get too much about her. She's kind of a mysterious character, just kind of like, bounty hunter out to get my list done, That spitting was like me having a gun on my finger, but I don't have one of those, but just picture like a little water gun or something. Oh yeah. Pew pew. She's out to take out all the names on her list, who are all people who have wronged her and stripped her of who she once was and what she once was. And she's out for revenge with her magic bullets and her sword, for some stabby and some shooty. It's a good time. Along the way, she ropes in a freemaker. Is that what they're called? Oh my goodness, I forgot already. I talked about it already once in this video. Yeah, it's a freemaker. She ropes in a freemaker named Lillette. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. And then a previous revolutionary soldier, Karvik. Oh my god, I'm saying his name wrong. He's my favorite character and I can't even say his name. Kavrik. It's Kavrik. I'm bad at this. Let's also just take a moment for Kavrik, because while we have Lillette, who is kind of hardened and she tries to be really tough, but she's really like, she has a softness to her. I love her. She's so sweet and she's very smart. Love her. Kavrik is this little ball of like hopefulness, and then like slowly his hope is just completely stripped away. But then somehow he still has a little bit of hope left, and he has trust left. Even when it gets ripped away from him and he's like held at gunpoint, he's like a little ball of like optimism. You gotta love him in a story like this. This stupid, optimistic boy. 10 out of 10 quality content. If you have time for 600 pages and my ramblings did anything for you, I would recommend this book. I'm not sure how to fully subscribe it. What am I saying? I would highly recommend this book if you have time for 661 pages. Or you're just looking for like something to read, maybe 20 pages before bed each night. You'll eventually get through it. It'll take a bit. It is a story with violence. It's a story with murder. It's a story with some soft romance. Not too much of it, but just enough to be like, oh, I like these characters together. And oh, I understand this thing. And it's just some quality content with some stabbing and some shooting and a lot of swearing. It's very fun. This is the first book I have also read by Sam Sykes, and I might pick up another one, though I am intimidated knowing the size of his books. I might pick up one of his other series, just because waiting for the second book in this series may be a while, and I'm ready for it. I've been complaining about this the whole time, but I'm ready for the next book in this series. I'm very interested to jump right back into Sal and Kavrik and Lillette and everyone's journey and find out what happens and what goes next and who's gonna die. Anywho, that's all I've got for you guys today. If you want to check out other videos from my channel, they will appear on screen, as well as my face right here. You can hit the subscribe if you want, or the button down below, and be sure to hit the bell icon to be notified when I post new videos on Mondays and Fridays. That's all I've got for you guys today. I hope you have a lovely day / night, and I'll see you later. Bye!